Are we live? We're live.
Good to go.
Eddie's not good to go.
You don't hear me?
Now we do.
Pete's doing one of these things like he's frantically.
He's talking to Danny.
Okay. Lot going on today. Welcome to the mid show.
It is fucking chaos in this office, and you know why? We were at the capacity for what this office can handle, and then Jeff showed up. So it was like a cup of waters filled all the way to the brim with one extra drop would make it overflow. And that's Jeff the Lowe.
That's fair.
So thanks for showing up.
I counted 33 people in here at one point this morning, and I know that there was people missing. That's way too many. How big is this? 3,500 square feet?
I think it's like 6,000.
We're over
5,
the fire
000.
code. This is a fire code hazard.
You think so?
I don't know how that works.
I don't know. Regardless, welcome to the show. The mid show is presented by Miller Lite. Whatever you're looking forward to this season, there's only one thing that pairs well with a great moment. It's a nice cold Miller Lite.
Brother, I love Miller Lite.
Yeah, tough weekend for the Bears and the Browns.
I mean, both seasons are over.
It's week 3.
The Brown season was over the second Nick Chubb got hurt last night.
Yeah, so whether you're down in the dumps like us or you're up in the clouds like someone that's 2-0, just make sure you celebrate with Miller Lite this season, whether it's at the stadium playing fantasy or at the bar. It's Miller time all season long. We'll be at Cody's Public House this Sunday for the Bears-Chiefs game.
Buckets.
Yeah, we're excited for it. We're excited. We'll be drinking buckets of Miller Lite.
Troughs, maybe.
Yeah, maybe troughs. Yeah. Maybe troughs. Don't count anything out. Just make it Miller time all season long. Get Miller Lite delivered right to your door. Visit MillerLite.com/redline, or you can pretty much find it anywhere that sells beer. Just make sure you celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. All right, so welcome, Jeff. You're in town. What is this? Just a pop-in? What's the deal?
Yeah, I was supposed to be here anyway. Then I texted Dan. I was like, I guess Steelers Browns. Should I just pop in? And I was like, oh, I'll extend it the whole week because I got to work on dozen stuff and just good to be around here. It's easy to get here from where I live. It's very cheap on Southwest, so I don't need to really. I'm not gonna ask the company to fly me out here. It's like a cheap flight. So I think I'm gonna do it probably not frequently, but once the new office opens, I'll pop out here every once in a while.
You're a California guy now.
Yeah.
I bet Dave didn't know that.
You already lived there once, right?
Nope.
No, my family did though.
Okay,
So you're kind of right.
We call that directionally correct on this show.
Kind of right. Yeah.
Dave?
I didn't even make a statement. I asked a question.
Well, I know. Did you know he lived in California? I feel like that was like a
No, I knew
sneaky
that.
under the radar move.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because you swerved on everyone. You were like Austin.
Yeah, when Dave initially approved, Boss Dave, approved to.
We call him Dave 2 on this show.
Yeah, I don't. But
I like the idea of Jeff calling up White Sox Dave being like, is it cool if I move to...
Jeff, you go ahead and do whatever you want.
It was Austin. Then there was I think Erica mentioned. I was like, I can make it work. So it does work out well. I'll be in Austin eventually, but it's been good. Yeah, I'm excited to live there during the dozen because just the ability to feel like I have a more normal schedule. Like I'm working on East Coast time in the morning, so I'm up at 6:37, and then all this stuff for the dozen kind of wraps at a normal time where I can eat dinner and have a life.
Yeah, it's nice.
Will you still be able to edit and write and?
Will you be reopening Barstool LA? Rumors are swirling.
With
TBD, there is an office in Redondo Beach. There are 2 or 3 sales employees there.
Yeah, they got to point people out, I'm sure, in all parts of the country.
Who said that the other day? They're like, I had no idea that Coach Kent Murphy used to work for Barstool.
It was Megan making money.
Was it, or was it Sydney?
No, it was Megan making money.
Was it?
Sydney has no idea who Kent Murphy is. There's
Sydney
no way.
hasn't been
She
here
might.
in months.
Yeah, but I think this
I
is
don't think Sydney knows.
Sydney would know.
I
No
forget.
chance.
Yeah,
They don't, yeah.
How long did he last? A month?
No, longer
than that. Longer than that.
Do you remember him?
No.
I think that you could poll how many people are at Barstool. 300? I bet you 2/3 want to know who he was. Maybe more.
Yeah, probably more.
He had that great music video with Big
With
Cat.
Dan.
Yeah,
After
he was the
already
original
fired.
Barstool LA guy.
I know a little bit about Barstool LA. Yeah. No, I'm not looking to start it out there right now. That's not my.
You're not going to become a Rams or Chargers fan? Or
No.
Lakers,
Unfortunately,
though.
I mean,
you got to be Lakers.
actually, I can't say unfortunately. Both those teams stink.
Are you actually in LA?
No, I'm in Orange County.
Oh, okay.
OC.
I don't know the difference, but
I'm 40 minutes south of Los Angeles.
He's an Angels fan, not a Dodgers fan. That's the difference.
Even worse.
But a Guardians fan, another stinky team.
Yeah. You got Vegas is close.
Yeah, I am going to be able to go to some Vegas Knights games this year, which I'm very excited about.
I drank out of the cup.
Yeah, I'm pretty jealous.
It was sweet. I actually spilled all over my shirt. It wasn't that sweet.
I mean, who cares? If you're going to spill a beverage out of the cup, that's the time
That's
to
a
do
good
it.
beverage.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many Disney trips you hit so far?
I took my girlfriend's brother there in the summer, and that's it. It's expensive, man. It's expensive.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm going to Disney for Christmas because we're like, not to make this morbid. Like, we did Christmas last year, first Christmas without my dad, and we were like, this is fucking weird. So we didn't really want to do it in the house again this year. We kind of wanted to go do something else. Yeah. My grandmother lives in Florida, so I figured my mom was like, "Oh, we'll go to Disney." So I'm going to try to use up the Disney Connects for that. So I haven't been to Disney since.
Do people wear the mouse ears outside of Disney World, like the same as a baseball hat?
I don't think so. That's a great question, though. I've never seen that. I've never seen that like floating around.
Hypothetically, you think they should.
People wear the merch, just not the ears.
That is true, yeah. Why? I mean, the ears look ridiculous.
Can I tell you something?
According to these guys, it's not a fan base, though. So.
Every time I see somebody with the merch, I'm like, I automatically know they're a fucking weirdo.
Why? There's not a fan base, according to you. When
No,
we did
they're
the
fucking weird. It's like it's flying a free
They said
flag.
I drafted Disney, worst fan base, and they were like
he was like, if you
people
met
that
Jeff
go to the
Lowe,
parks. I don't think that's a thing. Like, oh no,
but
it's a
they're
thing.
not like.
But like a fan base, I could be.
You
incorrect
kind of
here.
have to hate
So
somebody
I think
else.
There's
you need a
weird,
rival.
This is such a stupid debate and argument, but I'm
Thank
gonna make
you.
it anyway. But I get it because like you wouldn't say like I get it because there's things under Disney. There's Star Wars. There's Marvel. There's the cartoons. There's Pixar. Like, would you say there's a Pixar fan base? I mean, there isn't. That's a really weird. But like, there's Star Wars. Fan
Marvel
base.
for sure.
But this is like.
But Disney oddly counts because you wouldn't say like there's a Warner Brothers fan base. But like Disney's a different.
Yeah, but
there's a fan base for Disney.
It's like saying you're a baseball fan instead of like picking the Cubs or Sox. Disney's too broad. You're saying you need to limit it down to Pixar, Star Wars.
I think Disney counts because I think the parks. I think there's like a parks fan base.
But like, what are you rooting for?
Yeah, what do you, that
Like,
and
how does Disney
what are you rooting
win?
for
You
with
want the-
Marvel and Star Wars?
You're not it's not a fan base. It's like when you're a fan
Wait,
base.
wait, are you saying Marvel and Star Wars are not fan bases?
No, like they have fans, but like we were talking like worst. Who are the worst fan bases?
Like
And
Notre Dame.
We picked like Notre Dame, and then Eddie's like Disney.
That's where people use the word fandom.
Yeah. So
Like fandom of like One Direction or BTS or
Okay.
Taylor Swift.
I'm going to prove my point. I have not looked into this. I swear to God. I saw an article that Disney said today or was it yesterday? Was that Iger said they're going to invest $6 billion or $60 billion into their parks? I bet you there's tweets that are just blowing up about this. I bet you there's a Reddit thread with 500 comments about this.
No, there's like I will say I can see your argument there. There should be no debate against the fact that there's a ton of like Disney parks crazies.
Yeah,
like,
but
if you don't think it's a fan base,
are you going to a parade when the stock price goes up? Like, what are you rooting for?
Yeah, but if you rule that out though, that means there's no Harry Potter fan base, there's no Star Wars fan base, there's no Marvel fan base. You can't because I think those are all one and the same.
Yeah, I would agree.
All right, I mean I don't agree with you, but I think if you're going to blanket them all together, then okay, I'll give it to you.
See,
But you got to rule out all the other ones. You got to rule out Taylor Swift.
You know it's different than being a Yankee
You got to rule out
fan.
Taylor Swift. You got to rule out
They're a
music.
cult. That's a cult. And I would say the Disney people are more
Sorry.
culty
I have
too.
allergies. It's bad. It's fine. Don't worry.
Those famous.
my
Canadian
whole
allergies.
thing is this:
Are you sure it's not COVID?
It's not. It's not COVID.
Test him.
Did you test?
Open
Can we
up-
take a
open-
live
I did.
test?
I did.
Stick
test.
your
I
tongue
wasn't
out.
going to come here if I had COVID. I'm not inconsiderate.
I wouldn't.
Bad
I
allergies though.
wouldn't give
Like
a
really
shit.
bad allergies.
I can deal with the cold.
Yeah.
All right.
What I say?
It's true.
Anyways,
I'm with
what
you,
I
Dave.
was going to say, like Taylor Swift fans, for instance, we'll use her. She's the biggest name on the planet. Like I'll even dumb it down. I go to see John Mayer at the United Center once a year.
Okay.
And you'll see these dudes that dress like him, like the same glasses he used to wear, same hairstyle. It's very weird.
Really?
And
Is
yeah,
it like
oh,
Halloween?
yeah,
Is
yeah.
it
I didn't know
like
that
a
was a thing.
Halloween
Oh yeah,
thing?
they'll dress up. Oh,
But are
yeah.
they doing it
I
as
mean,
like
I'll
a
wear like
joke?
a band shirt, like.
No, but are they doing it as a joke?
I think it's like unironic. I don't
You
talk
should-
to them.
You have to do this next time.
You also
Me?
have to talk. To
I don't
them.
even know how I would do that.
Purple
That's
glasses.
true.
Get
You
a
need a
perm
wig.
and
You
We'll
need
yeah,
give you
I would need
Silvio's wig from.
That's what I
Sopranos.
would need a Silvio wig.
Yeah.
But like Disney fans, Marvel fans, they congregate at the theater when a new Wolverine. Or I don't know Marvel. Anyway, when one of those movies come out, Disney fans, I feel like
When
they're
that
not
nerd shit comes out, they get
congregating
together.
together and like fit like, oh, let's talk about like what
They are. They have a convention. It's called D23. Like Disney, like you can. I'm okay with you saying they're not, but then you have to lump all those other musicians and movies and everything together. It's the same
I've
thing.
never experienced. I guess I'm just blind to it.
Disney parks people are fucking crazy people.
Here's
They're
where
crazy.
nuts.
Here's where I think the Swifties are more like sports, because if there is a person or an organization that goes against her, they want you dead. Like they hate.
Yeah, but that's the
like
case for
soccer
that's the case for
hooligans.
movies, and that's the case for
I don't
like
think
property.
so.
Yes, for sure.
I did a
Star Wars fans were ruining actors' lives.
Who?
Because they didn't like Kelly Marie Tran.
She sucks.
Star Wars. But what does that do?
I have no idea. Who
Liking
she
them
is.
or not, like Star Wars fans were fucking crazy people.
What was Anakin's name?
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, Hayden Christensen got fucking flamed. Dave.
I'm at best.
You don't even know about
Jar
Hayden
Jar Binks
Christensen.
actor. Only just started doing stuff.
I don't know what
Really?
the story is. I
You
don't
know about Hayden
what-
That's
Christensen?
just as crazy.
But that would be like
I don't
going
think
after
so.
Taylor Swift's like backup dancer. They use it like they don't have rivals. They're just like, hey, you didn't live up to the role. It'd be like us going after Justin Fields. Like you just didn't live up to.
They're just as crazy fans.
But
Fuck
like
yeah.
Taylor Swift's
And now you just
people
did a
want
sports comp. You just
fucking
ruined
dead.
the argument. You just
Exactly.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
You said
Because
like
we're not doing that.
Yeah, you are.
This guy's got no respect for Jake Lloyd. Pull up Jake Lloyd.
Yeah, Jake Lloyd.
You got
Hope he's
no
doing
respect
okay.
for-
I don't think he's doing okay.
He's
but I
not.
hope he-
He's like actually like his life is like not good.
Jingle All the Way.
who's
Very
Jake
underrated
Lloyd?
Christmas movie, by the way.
He's
Oh,
in Jingle
no,
All the Way.
Okay. You can't say it's underrated in this room. Eddie talks about it 17 times
Okay,
a
that's
year.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
They got a
Properly
Turbo
rated.
Man in that shelf in that room.
That's fair. That's very fair. I actually do know that. That's right. I mean,
That's like a
enough.
small child. Oh, he looks like he's been in prison.
Yeah,
he
he's
was bullied by fans.
straight up.
Crazy fandom. It's a crazy fandom.
No, that's sad.
If you want real nice Disney Star Wars fans, you go to Barstool.
Kind of looks like AJ
The Disney
Soprano.
boys. We like Star
Does a
Wars. He
little
does.
bit.
Yeah, he does got some age.
What's it? Eiler? Robert Eiler?
Yeah.
I think you nailed it perfectly though.
I wish
Difference
I
between a
didn't say what I
fandom and fan base.
That's why people say fandom. One Direction fandom. Taylor
Like a
Swift
team
fandom.
has a fan base.
But
Artist,
I
musician,
think
movie.
drafting fan base. I think it's very okay to take them.
What's your weirdest fandom, Jeff?
That I'm a fan of.
Yes. I know you got something.
dozen
in there.
fans.
Funko dolls.
Dozen fan. No, I'm not. I'm not a Funko fandom. Like a fandom I'm in.
Yes.
Wow. That's tough. I don't know if I have like a weird one. I'm pretty like on my sleeve kind of guy here. Everyone kind of knows what I
Yeah.
like.
Like Danny's a big like
probably not
contraptions to
true.
smoke weed out of.
Yeah.
That's like his fandom.
Paraphernalia.
Like if they,
I'm a huge like I'm a big
So
For real.
I'm a
dumb.
big like
It's a
like,
fucking music horn.
I'm probably like an HGTV fandom.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
a big
with you
HGTV
there.
HGTV person.
Do you watch Antique Roadhouse
Roadshow?
or
Hosted
Roadshow?
by Mark Wahlberg.
Is it really?
This guy's name.
The Roadshow?
His name's Mark Wahlberg.
Roadshow?
It's not me, Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, yeah, I
His name's
thought-
Mark Wahlberg.
I was like, wait, when did
He's
this
got
fucking
a-
happen?
Rewatch. If you watch Roadshow, he's like, I'm Mark Wahlberg.
You watch
Guy's
the
name's Mark Wahlberg.
Do you watch
No,
the
you're
Weather
not.
Channel? Do you watch the Weather Channel?
I haven't watched
Or
it in a long time.
Did you used to? I should ask.
Yeah, back in
'cause-
the day, I'd throw it on every now and then.
Yeah, you watch the same TV my father does. He watches
I
like
believe that. I mean,
Home Garden
I
Network.
grew up in a cable like we watched a lot of TV.
Actually, Antique Roadshow is pretty fucking sweet.
Mark L. Wahlberg,
wow.
host Antiques
It's
Roadshow.
spelled different.
No H.
Why is he in front of the like? He's at the American Idol premiere on Google. Like he's one of these images. It's so fucking random.
See, like he's legitimate. Needs that L. Like like you got
Yeah.
the D, which some may say is necessary or not.
It's like
Michael
Mike,
B. Jordan needs that B. Mark L. Wahlberg needs that L.
What is?
He's
I
got
don't
no
know what
H.
the G is.
No
you
H.
Could, you could
Doesn't
offer me $1 million
Just my
to
middle
guess
name.
the.
It's because Jeff Lowe isn't available on Twitter. That's really it.
Stop. That's
But-
really it.
That's the only reason. Yeah. The only reason.
But
I don't even know what the D
isn't
stands
the D
for.
in your not your at not just your at, isn't it in the normal?
Well,
thing
now it's
too?
like my fucking stage name.
yeah, it kind of.
That's like my Nicky Smokes. I like Nicky Smokes, by the way. I haven't said
Everybody
it on
kind of likes.
Dude,
him.
I
It's
gotta-
unfortunate.
begrudgingly.
I got a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a really. I thought what I thought was a really good interview with Nicky Smokes is dropping on Thursday.
Like I'm not. I won't even pretend. I tell him his face. Like I don't even pretend. Like
Everybody does.
I didn't like him off the bat. Like I not that I didn't like him. I was like I'm skeptical. I'm like ugh. I'm like this is gonna be interesting. But like he's. You know what? Like this. You want it now? I'm gonna sound really fucking old man. Like really old man.
Do it.
I walked in this office for a millisecond. He walked right up to me. He's like, she's like, "What's up, man? Nice to meet you." Like I don't need that.
It's nice, though.
I need that.
Like I'm not like I think people who need that here would be like like Dave, Big Cat, like but I don't know, like it was just kind of I was like all right, like
Question.
that was like he's a respectable guy, like
He's an
I don't know.
upstanding young man.
Yeah.
He's just
Proper
a
manners.
complete and total.
Again, I'm not
douchebag.
going to pretend like, oh, he is for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to pretend like I was very skeptical of him. Like, I don't know if I'm going to like this guy.
He also doesn't pretend to not be a douchebag.
No,
Right.
he's very unapologetic about it.
That's good manners.
I will say that I never in my life have given one single flying fuck about a Miami team, and I'll find myself checking my phone to see their score to hope that they're losing games now because I don't want to walk in the office on a Monday knowing that the Bears just got stomped and that
He does have this little grin.
yeah, he has that stupid little fucking grin.
Smokes.
Oh yeah, it's like smokes.
he's cocky
Get the
with his
fuck
teams,
out of here.
yeah.
He got me that Monday after the Bears-Packers game, and I was like, I don't know how. I'm not used to that. You know, we're used to like a nice little bubble of Chicago people who can all trudge in here and beat Charlie
He
Brown.
woke up this
on
morning.
their own.
I didn't even know he was there. I felt tap on my shoulder. He goes, "Sorry, man. Chubb is tough." I'm like,
See,
"All right."
it's
thanks,
those
Nicky Smokes.
comments.
Like, all right. God damn.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
I don't need to
mean
hear
that.
those
He
comments.
Doesn't care about that. He doesn't really mean that. Also, like, if he was genuine about that, was he genuine?
No, I think he was genuine because then we joked
Okay,
around about
I don't like that.
Watson's dog shit.
I'd
No,
rather him
exactly.
just be like, "Hey,
No, I
man,
think he was
like,
genuine, yeah.
Okay, I don't like that. I'd rather
No,
him
you
be
never.
disingenuous
It's
about
so
that.
weird. You hear things like it's such a Barstool thing, but like you hear like rumors about people who get hired. Like I'll never forget. I was on shooting Barstool's America. This is right after I'd been living at home again after my dad passed. So I wasn't in the office at all. I was gone for like 5 months, and somebody immediately was like, "Oh, we got this new guy. You're gonna fucking hate." I was like, "What?" And there's an assumption that I hate everybody, which I don't.
Who do you hate?
I'm a negative guy. I don't hate anybody.
Okay,
But I'm like a negative person. Maybe.
you hate some people.
Maybe. But someone's like, you're gonna fucking hate Meek Phil. And at that point, I was like, I think I like don't tell me who I'm gonna hate. And I like Meek Phil. I yelled at Meek Phil one time because he was riling up Frank so much, like middle of the day, and it was like I couldn't work. I was like, you gotta fucking stop. But other than that, like I like Meek Phil. But like I feel like the thing that happens here is we get, and again, I'm guilty of it too. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like Nicky Smokes, and here we go, Nicky Smokes guy.
I tried to not like him.
Yeah,
He was like going out of his way
even
to
like that
fucking-
college
yeah.
football argument was crazy. The college football realignment and like super conference
Yeah,
thing.
well, if he came
I was
in
like,
here,
oh,
I'd start to
man.
hate him again.
Yeah,
Chief pegged it great. He says it on tomorrow's episode, so I'm talking from the future. But you pegged it great, where he's like the freshman on the hockey team. And
He's like the freshman who made the varsity, and he's cocky about it, and you fucking hate him for it. But like deep down, you kind of like him.
but again, like that's why like the handshake thing's a horrible example because like he owes me nothing. He does not have to introduce himself.
But it's
to me.
nice.
But also,
It's a
I'm like,
good look,
but, like
though.
when
It's a
when the
good look.
assumption is that this guy is like this just slime ball, like slithering around the office, but he's like.
That's your first interaction. You're like, ah, fuck. How much?
Yeah, but like even then I came with open mind. Even if I hate him, I'd be like, well, never mind, I guess. So,
See, but that's a society thing where like people are like, oh, he owes me nothing. But it's also like there's manners too.
But it's also tough with like it's a good example with like our fans who I'm sure hate certain people if you met him in real life. You're like, oh, never mind. Like, like my
100%.
only interaction, my only thing I knew of Nicky Smokes is over Twitter, which is the case for so many of our, like most people you don't meet.
Totally.
Yeah.
Can I say something though?
yeah.
That's a big conundrum. It's probably different because Nicky Smokes is like content, but like behind the scenes, if I don't know Brandon Walker, if he walks in, I don't think I'm going to sprint up to him because I feel like he's like, I'm big time, kind of like leave me alone. Who is this like producer trying to talk to me? So I don't think it's like always a polite thing. It's almost feels like more polite, not
Yeah, you don't want to
bothering
like
them.
look like you're pulling like a Crocs kid.
Yeah,
or something
right.
like that, like a
Yeah.
little.
And so
Yeah,
out
but
of
there was
respect, you just
never-
don't say anything.
That's a tough example because there was never good intention there with Crocs Kid.
You're right. But that's what I'm saying. Like there might be some, like
That was another guy I planned on hating, by the way.
Crocs.
Well,
kid?
that
Brandon Walker,
Oh,
and I like him.
yeah. When you're around him more, you do. I mean, I love Brandon. Obviously, I'm very close to Brandon and work with him as much as anyone. But he is, he's
a
hateable,
cunt.
but then he's lovable.
Yeah,
He's a
no,
cunt.
he is. He is. That's
But
a
to
good
Danny's
word.
point, that is like I will say too. I think if you're if you're someone who works here, maybe is behind the scenes, and if you go up to someone who isn't maybe or content, I mean they just talked about this like 2 weeks ago with like the Mean Girl thing when Jordan made like that comment to Fights about like about like behind the scenes people commenting or talking to on camera people. It's like I don't know if you're a content
what?
person.
What
you
did she say?
There was a weird comment about like behind the scenes people making comments about content people, and if you're a behind the scenes person though, and you walk up to a content person, introduce
You,
yourself, and
you
that
have to
content-
elaborate on this point.
If I'll go back to it, but my point is like if you're a content person and you scoff or like discard like a behind the scenes person, like you're a piece of shit.
Wait,
Like, you need
that's
to, like,
what happened?
No, I'm just commenting what
You
Danny
could say
said.
that about
I
any
do
other
think
human
I
being on
do
the planet.
right.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, especially here though, like we're not the mains. We're not ABC or NBC. We're not like this old dinosaur media. If you come up and everyone should interact and be that way.
Yeah, I thought that was a given.
I appreciate it. We got like 4 new tech guys that have been here, and they're all been great, and one tech girl. And we got Mr. Iowa. Like, Iowa people.
He
crack me up.
he
what's the
matches
deal?
shoes to
We
his
do
fucking...
have. There's a new Iowa guy here, which is hilarious because he works for an Iowa guy.
Yeah, he is. He's got
I
yellow
wonder how he
shoes.
got the job.
Exactly.
Fucking biased. Yeah.
Does he even know how to edit or set up camera equipment?
He's just an Iowa fan.
He's just a guy that had plugged that in over there.
Yeah, he's just someone to know pat Stefan on the back
Yeah.
whenever the Hawkeyes lose 10-7.
Yeah. He's part-time. He's working on the college football show, oddly.
Question though about the handshake thing. So obviously it doesn't really apply within Barstool, but say stranger walking into a new place, who is it on to go for the handshake first? The person whose place it is, or like the regular who's like make the
Always
person
tough.
feel welcome, or is it on the new person to be like, hey, I'm new, I know? That's a good debate, I feel.
I do think it's on. I may be wrong here. I think it's on the person who's walking in for the first time, honestly, because I do think that it depends where you work. I think if you walk into Barstool, you work for the first time. I think everybody should be willing. Like, if you walk up and should be willing to say hello. Anyone introduce themselves, that's great. Because there are people who walk in sometimes, especially in New York, and you'll get that more here. The more this place grows, the new office, you'll see people come in. You may be like, do they work here? Are they just like a guest? Are they a client? Yeah. Where I think that person's got to initiate. And, like, again, if it's someone listening here who eventually works for Barstool, just assume that they're going to be nice, and if they're not, fuck them anyway. They stink. Like, if they're not nice to you and you introduce yourself, they're a piece of shit anyway.
Perfect. Yeah.
Also, at
Definitely.
Barstool, though, everyone is always doing something. So, like, you are interrupting someone, basically, anytime
that is a
you're
fair
trying
retort.
to...
Danny's trying to cover his bases.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but
Yeah,
no,
who have you been?
Because you guys don't know what it's like from the other side. Like, I think it's weird.
That's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true at all.
But it's never natural, I should say. Like, where someone is, like, waiting with open arms for, oh, who's this guy? You're like, hey, he's on their phone. Like, hey, by the way.
That's fair.
Like, I'm Danny. You're Mark Titus.
You gotta know
bring up a
when
fair-
to do it.
And you're also, in this specific circumstance, there's so many new people here. So for you to say the new guy has to come in and essentially introduce himself to everyone,
No.
right?
It's tough. No, I think it's a good mix. Though I will, again, to your point, Dan, I think you're definitely right because it's coming from different shoes and different positions. But I think my blanket thing would be, if you are that person interrupting still, I think most people here are going to not care and be like willing to like chat with you for a second and say hello. I think that is the nice thing here.
I think it's actually the answer is both. Who cares? Just fucking
kind of
introduce
both.
yourself. You don't have to. What do you have a Mexican standoff about who's introducing who first?
But you will have the guy whose place it is. You'll have more of a sour taste if the new person doesn't
Kiss the ring.
initiate. Like, you know what I mean?
Immediately
Yeah.
bend the knee.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just being honest. Like,
Yeah.
that's just the way it is. Like, you will not.
I guess what I'm saying is you're always told, keep your head down and grind. Keep your head down and grind. Well, then don't think it's impolite if I don't say hi.
Danny's just over there working.
Fair. No, that's fair.
I'm
That's why-
defending the little guys.
That's why he's
here.
being so rude in the corner. He's just working. He's grinding.
Also, Mr.
I never-
Aya was listening to the show behind
Yeah.
the glass, and he was looking at me, pointing at me. So,
I
Who
think,
said he could
I
do
think
that?
Danny's right. You're definitely right too. You're right. But I guess you know what I'm saying. It's like I think in the end too,
He's taking a dump.
Mr.
I'm
Aya,
open with it. He's
Yeah.
taking a poop.
He's on this dude wife's chair.
Mr. Aya, he's dumping.
He's taking a
Hey, give us a thumbs up if you were on the.
Give us a courtesy.
Give us a thumbs up if you were on the orientation magazine. Wearing that outfit.
He's got to be like he's like 3 minutes behind. Too,
Yeah.
so he's up for a while.
Yeah.
We're gonna see a thumbs
He'll
up 5
catch up.
minutes later.
He'll catch
We're
up.
just-
I guess the whole blanket point is I think like working here is just at least interacting with people is significantly easier than other places. Like oh man, when I worked in like TV,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Are you the only person here that's worked in like real TV?
No, I think some other people have.
Casey Smith.
Yeah, yeah. And Eddie. Yeah.
Well, kind of Eddie.
Well,
He's
actually,
streaming.
we hired a guy who worked in my old company.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just one of these
Is
new
it
guys.
Iowa guy?
Is he here right
It's not the
now?
Iowa guy. No, it's Doug.
Some behind the
he's
scenes
here,
people
yeah.
worked in TV. I know.
Okay.
I came from TV.
Casey. You said Casey.
you did,
Tom
Tom?
Lay.
Tom, I
Yeah.
thought this was like your first job.
Oh, Tom
No,
was
I-
getting like fucking ice cream for.
I was a office PA for the show Power when I got accepted to like come in and edit the rundown twice a week for an hour for free. And Lowe Sean told me I can do it as long as I don't quit my day job because I wasn't a student. And I was like, yeah, you got it. And then I quit the next day. Came in
Well,
every
glad
day.
it worked out.
Is Dante here?
He
Yeah,
was.
he was.
Chat's sounding off. Dante was talking shit about you guys or us.
What you say?
I'm
I
sure
don't know.
it was.
I'm trying to talk to the chat, but I can't for some reason.
Oh, was he?
You're not a subscriber.
I am. It won't let me though.
He wasn't talking shit. We all heard the clip.
Oh, okay.
No,
That's
he
settled.
wa- no,
Yeah,
he
there you
was
go,
not.
chat.
He was talking. Oh, he
What'd he
wasn't
say?
talking shit.
Well, people were hitting us up about that too, and we talked to him. There was no
We just had lunch.
no hubbub.
He always talks shit,
Yeah.
No.
but we talk shit back.
I want to know how
Right.
Danny. How's like your life been with more people here? Because you're kind of the you're the glue.
Iowa got to the part.
That's not true.
Mr.
I'm the glue
Iowa.
of this entire company.
Oh my god.
It's been interesting. Never thought I'd be
now?
working with Stefan that much, or Pete, or like
Drink-
Pete
He
was
was.
just
Yeah.
asked. Pete was just, I guess there's an alarm going off, and Pete was just like, "What the hell's the building manager's number? We need this alarm to go off the recording PMT." So shit like that. But I like the chaos. New
'Cause, like,
faces.
you-
the chaos was fun for a minute. Now it's.
Yeah, it's got to be tough.
I mean, you can't really write here unless you get here first thing the fucking morning.
I mean, Iowa guys got to sit on the shade
Yeah,
chair.
they're literally working
have
on
no
pallets
room.
of body armor right
Yeah.
now.
No, but I love it for the pods though.
No,
the pods
it-
has been awesome. It's
Oh,
been
yeah.
great.
Oh,
Mix
for,
it up?
Yeah,
To
because
just be like, yo,
That's
just-
the part. That's the part I miss the most. If I didn't edit and write all day, it got to be a point where I couldn't do that job in the office. Like I wasn't going in the office anyway. Like I would in the end of the days, like maybe early in the mornings and go home. Like I would not have moved. I probably would have maybe moved here. I don't know where I would have moved.
If we find you a storage closet somewhere, you think you'd move up here?
Yeah. No.
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 Okay.
Did you consider Chicago at all after the migration was more official?
No. I was pretty dead set on being like it's also like $100 ticket to jump over to Austin at any point and go see
Yeah.
my mom.
That's shocking, actually.
And
that
then
it's
like
that
again,
cheap.
like I'm gonna move to Austin at some point again.
Jeff's got that weenie in him too. He don't want cold weather anymore.
Oh, I am a huge. bitch.
I
I'm
can't
a
wait to be there one day.
Huge bitch.
You got a
about
weenie
cold
inside
I'm the
you?
worst.
weather.
That's what he said. Not mine. You
I
said he
also
got-
like. I am a shorts guy. I'm a shorts guy like 50-degree weather, but like I also don't the bitter cold. I can't do. I can't do it anymore. I hate it.
And how old are you again?
32.
32.
Turned
You had to
33
think
in
about
March.
that.
I did. I don't know how old I am.
You, bet-
I have to
you
think
people
about it.
talk about the cold weather like you're 72.
I just hate it. I
sucks.
don't know why. I went to school in Penn State. I went I lived in a valley for 4 years of just rain and sleet.
He's brittle.
Yeah.
Brittle.
Yeah. He's not good with the cold. That's what he said.
I will say the remote thing is funny because like I don't think like Dave also approved me moving, but at the same time like there's a different grind mentality. Like I was at 2:30 a.m. blogging Colorado State the other night. I don't need to do that, but I was like, it kind of like gave me a little spark to do some extra little things.
Because
on the
you're
side.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, how about
I'm also
that? by the
awake.
way?
I went to bed at 10:05 that night.
That game ended at like 1:30 Central.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's been the weirdest thing to adjust to. Pacific time is like Monday Night Football's over. It's 8:30.
That's
awful though.
I've
I like
always
that.
said
I
that's the
love
worst
that.
part of LA. Like it forces you. Like once the games end, what do you do? If you're out at a bar, you just have to talk to people 100% of the time.
I don't want to do
It
that.
was the last call when that game ended.
Yeah, at the
Yeah,
bars.
like that's pretty. You just got your. I mean, that was like an actual.
Now, see, like I
wanna watch
kind
this.
of like that. Like I'm okay with that. I'm a morning person. Like I like
I'm a morning
I like the
person.
9 a.m. kicks for college football. I'm into it.
11's perfect for me for college football because you can get out, walk the dog, maybe get a
No,
jog
Central
in.
Time Zone's also good. Like
Yeah.
it's great for sports.
I would say
especially
Central
NFL.
or Mountain got to be the best.
Yeah, I would agree.
But if you work in sports, people say West Coast is the
Yeah.
best.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah,
used to
definitely.
work in baseball. I got fired at 3:00 in the morning from Major League Baseball.
What'd you get fired for?
I tweeted that Jorge Soler hit his second career road home run. It was really his third.
With the Cubs,
They
right?
fired you for that?
The Cubs guy, the anti-cup snake guy. He's one of the
Julian?
guys that made that decision.
Julian Green?
Well, not directly to me, but he's one of the people that were very hard on. So in Major League Baseball, we used to tweet for all the teams at the same time from Chelsea Market in New York. So I'd be
ML Bam?
I'd be doing Braves and Padres and all these teams, and people had fucked up the Cubs so many times that they wanted to give it to people who had some of the harder teams who could handle. And I was giving the Cubs, and I made a joke that night. I said, "Well, hope I don't fuck up. I'll get fired." Sure enough, I wrote the tweet out, Jorge Soler, second career road home run, or first or whatever, didn't matter. It was wrong. Sent it to the guy to quality control check it. He checked it. He missed it because the website hadn't updated yet. And then we sent it out, and then it was wrong. We pulled it. Boss came in, and I was let go.
What was the handle you were tweeting off of?
I wanna-
MLB or?
Cubs.
Oh, Cubs.
I want to know how. I didn't know you did that for one.
But
That's
like
actually
him
kinda
and like a
cool.
bunch of those Cubs people who were running the Cubs at the time, or like that media and like all that stuff, they had basically sent a directive down to ML BAM, like, first of all, fuck off, hire your own social people then.
I thought every
Which they
team
did. They
anyways,
did the next
yeah.
year. Guy Travis, actually, I worked with, who ran it for a while. And then they eventually, like, they called down, and then they fired me.
How long
I think
would each of you last in a job if you got fired for tweeting something that was wrong?
I probably,
I don't think I'd make it to the end of the show.
I did tweet something wrong my first day, though. I will say that. Very fun. I did tweet like a Ryan Braun clip from the wrong team, and he had just been busted for steroids, so it was like really not okay. But other than that, like I'd have something here and there. But on the Cubs, like a mistake was really bad because they were. But again, that was my thing. It's like, well, then hire your own fucking people.
Yeah, you know what? I got over the our beef with Julian Green. Now it's back in my brain again. So that's strike 2 on Julian Green. One more, and
It was all the Cubs at that point. I must note.
We will. Well,
no bad blood except for the World Series.
I'm going to send him a letter of no confidence.
That was actually I was like one of the craziest moments when you were getting called on the Barstool radio every day. For, like stuff like that.
And that one that pissed me off the most was my
about
fucking
that.
asshole friend Austin, like a real life friend.
Not imaginary.
I don't know why, because he's a White Sox fan, but he retweeted. It was the Cubs had listed their Gold Glove finalists or something, and Ian Happ was one of them. And I'm like, Ian Happ, he's played like 30 fucking.
Zobrist.
Or was it Ben Zobrist?
It was Zobrist. He played like 29 games at the time.
Yeah, but he retweeted the year before, just to fuck with people, and he
got
me. And then I'm like, what the fuck?
Forgot about that saga.
Yeah, he retweeted like
so they thought,
2018.
yeah, it was 2018 instead of 2019 or whatever. And I was driving, and that
your August September of 19 was
aged like a president.
have resigned to the fact that I will die because I will kill myself texting and driving. Could be 50 years down the road from me. Who knows?
All right, parody.
That's why I stopped tweeting and driving, because every time I'd get in trouble, it'd be me at a red light. Oh shit, it's green. Fire off this tweet real quick, and I would.
Well, that's I gotta tell another story. Well, but let's talk about Cometeer before I do. Splurging for drive-through can seem like the best option to add a high-quality cup of coffee for your day, but it's not. Cometeer changes everything with hyper-fresh, flash-frozen coffee with incredible flavor that you can make in seconds or wherever you are. Cometeer doesn't need any machines or gadgets, and no cleanup for a game-changing cup of delicious coffee. Cometeer has sent me some, and it's so easy.
You love it.
Seamless.
Yeah.
It's seamless.
Piece of cake.
Cometeer is great.
Best roasters too.
Yeah, great roasters.
Yeah.
Each serving of Cometeer is brewed from craft coffee beans from the very best roasters in the country, like
Intelligentsia.
This gets me every time.
I know it does. It's
Onyx, George Howell, and more. Never burnt or diluted, expertly brewed and flash frozen at peak flavor to lock in freshness. Join the future of coffee with Cometeer, and get a curated starter pack of their most popular roast. Go to Cometeer.com/mid to get a free 8-pack and a travel mug when you sign up. That's a free 8-pack of coffee and a travel mug when you sign up at COMETEER.com/mid. Go check them out, guys. The one with the FedEx guy. Remember when he had to take you to like send a ball to a FedEx guy? That was well. One time Dave did have a legitimate bad beat, so there was that time. The Zobrist, he got duped by an old retweet. It happens. Then there was a time.
But they were like, how do you? They were making fun of me like that one was a burner account that I got duped by. It was the actual Cubs official account.
Yeah, it was just a wrong year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who looks at the year though?
The one was was it Luis Robert Jr. got beat by like 7 hours?
Yeah, because the other kid had Kyle Tucker had a doubleheader that day, and he hit one, and the stats didn't update in time.
The stats didn't update on him. And then there was one more. It was like someone checked the blog, and like the Braves had a different amount of games or something. And you were something about the FedEx guy. If we pulled it up, we'd be able to find it.
What's the FedEx guy?
There was something like, the FedEx guy was there. He was delivering something, and Dave got caught in a conversation with them.
Yeah,
and Dave was ready to go to battle with this FedEx guy.
He walked in. That's what it was. Now I remember. I want to say it was something about did the Harlem Globetrotters deliver a signed basketball for us?
I think that sounds right.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
That is what it was.
And I forget what I was writing something about baseball, I remember. And this was back when we could just like fucking hit publish and everything. So this guy, he comes to the office, he's like, holy shit, Barstool, like, and he's just talking. I was the only one there. It was later in the day. I don't know. Anyway, so I guess I hit publish and I drove home, and obviously you drive home and you're not looking at the blog, and it was just like dashes and like bullet points of things I wanted to talk about. It was like the most incomplete blog of all time.
And then he's talking to Dave on Barstool Radio, and he kept going, the FedEx guy showed up with a basketball.
He was distracting the fuck out of me.
And Dave was just like one of those like details from White Sox Dave to Dave where he's like, dude, I don't care about the FedEx guy.
He was distracting me. I'm like, dude, but I didn't. Back to pull it all full circle. He was breaking societal rules and overstaying his welcome, this FedEx guy. And I didn't want to be an asshole and be like, yo, man, this is kind of an... And this is when we were in a shared office, too. He's just babbling on and on. People are pushing insurance policies and shit at the same time,
Trying to get people immigration cards.
Yeah, exactly, and accounting and all that stuff. And so I'm just like, all right, if I shut my laptop, maybe he'll get the fuck out of here. And I guess I clicked publish, and it was just like a quarter of a blog.
I almost think that now that Dave's back involved and there's no pen boogeyman threat out there, that Nate should just give you your publishing rights back, because it will be...
Was that the whole debate on Barstool Radio today? I couldn't listen to that.
I heard
part
a
of
little
it.
bit of it.
Yeah.
It was part of it.
I get it.
Because you would never do
both.
like you would never make the Francis mistake about like the... But you'll make other mistakes which could come could be content.
I mean, Francis was content. Kind of.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to get... You wouldn't do anything to lose this advertising.
No, I have... As
all your
soon as
mistakes are funny.
I couldn't... I was so glad when Nate... Or it wasn't even Nate at the time. It was K. Marco and Coley. I was glad when they took over, like, they controlled everything, because that's a line of defense for you.
Because he's just like, please take away my authority.
Well, no, that's not taking away my authority as much as like, hey, like my fuck up is now their fuck up. You lose the responsibility.
Yeah.
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 Why is that a bad thing?
Fair.
It's a layer of protection.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, that we should take that away.
Oh, Dave gets a little more edgy than I think you're giving him credit for.
You think he gets edgy?
Yeah, there's stuff where you say where you're like, what the fuck's wrong with this?
Some
like
nice
this,
tits taking you in the weekend.
like I'm not offended by it, but I'm just saying.
Nate, well, on that exact note, Nate does have
He
a
will-
very hard job.
He does, like,
because now all the responsibility
It would-
lies on his shoulders. You know,
I actually want to take it back now too, because if you had free reign, it'd be all live leak Ukrainian war blogs.
no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't at all.
You love LiveLeak.com.
LiveLeak's
though.
gone,
I
right?
don't even know what Live Leak is. I've heard of it.
COVID is a cold.
I've
my
never
column.
one time.
Yeah.
I've had COVID like 18 times now, probably.
Wait, is LiveLeak gone though? Do we know?
Oh, I don't know. But wasn't that the website where they show like Al Qaeda like decapitating people?
Yeah.
That what websites do you watch your war coverage on?
I go to Reddit and like have them filter. I'll click on different articles via Reddit because it's like a conglomeration of. I don't even know how Reddit works, and I know it's
really
the biggest
don't either.
website on the internet.
You don't know any Ukrainian stoolies?
I'm sure there are in Ukrainian Village. I'm sure there's plenty actually.
We had remember Rotten.com?
RottenJunk.com.
No, just Rotten.
It was
Oh, it has shut down. What was the date
LiveLeak
on
enters
that?
front of Gore.
May 2020. May 2021.
Okay.
We were just talking
remember,
about all this, weren't we?
We not just talking about it, but we have talked about this on this show. Was it? It wasn't Tub Girl. It was the other one.
Lemon Party?
Not I know. No.
Two Girls, One Cup.
That's one. Two
Two
girls.
Girls, One
That
Cup.
one's like illegal to upload onto the internet now or something.
Is it?
They made it illegal to possess that video. Yes.
I had never heard of Lemon
got a
Party
guy.
until the Tommy Smokes and
Appetizer
Feidelberg Blue Jacket skit. Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw it. I remember hearing about it though. But
Gross stuff
it's-
aside, what do you think is the hardest video you've had to watch?
What
Because
does that
everyone's
mean?
like, oh, the new Twitter, I keep getting these fight videos or like these gore videos. Do you have any that are like
What?
super hard to watch?
No, the hardest stuff I have to watch is like clips from when I was skinnier. Like that's. Like,
Yeah, those
that
are
was
tough.
only-
Those I can relate. Those are tough clips to
that was
see.
2 years ago.
But you don't have anything where like a video you saw and you're like, man, I never want to see that.
burned
again.
into your
I
brain.
mean, that
kinda
era
thing.
of like that era of like when I was in high school in like 2004 through 2000, like there was some shit that you'd see that like, what the fuck? Like when like random things would go viral. I mean, that's the 2 Girls, 1 Cup, the Pain Olympics.
I
Video.
got-
like there's like some.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Pain. It sounds awful. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Has to do with a severed penis.
Pain Olympics?
Yeah.
What happens?
I
there?
don't know about Pain Olympics.
Chop his dick off, right?
Yeah.
It's not like acid or something. Chop it.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
useless.
immediately what I thought of too.
That's what useless.
That's
junk
a
That's
real
what you
thing?
thought of?
The guy chopping his dick off.
Yeah, isn't that Pain Olympics? Heard from a friend.
Oh, you
And
win.
you see the
like
dick
you
getting
win.
severed?
You usually look away before that point, but you know it's
Pretty
coming.
sure he takes like an axe to his nuts. He, like,
Hey,
just
pull it up,
axes him.
Lance. We won't
No,
get kicked
no.
off of that.
Nah.
It's brutal.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
But
that's from
that's
that era.
busting
That era
down.
of like E-Bombs World and whatever. I'm not saying that's what was on, but like.
E-Bombs World was a good website.
It was. I'm just saying it's like that era of like those types of sites.
What-
like
what was-
MySpace
No free
era,
ads.
pre-Facebook.
Yeah.
Where did the "Don't Fuck with Cats" video? What website was that on?
Probably Live Leak.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what got me a lot? Remember that shooting over shoveling in like Pennsylvania?
You always bring this. Yeah.
Well, that's what
This is
I'm
the
trying to
worst.
get at. That one was kind of hard to watch.
The one from like 2 months ago.
No, that's from like 2
There
years
was a
ago.
shooting in, I want to say in Philly like 6-8 weeks ago. To these people point, like this is the one time that I can think of it, and I didn't even remember it until you just brought that up. It was a dude just got fucking executed in cold blood, like, and I want to say it was in Philadelphia. Like, dude just
Oh.
walked up behind him, and
Yeah.
I never want to see
Different
that
one.
again.
Dude, like
One.
peak Game of Thrones horrorcore was nothing for us because we had E-Bombs World and Funny Junk, and we're just watching guys get their nuts clipped.
Well, this past year, Twitter has just become Live Leak. I've seen like some of the worst videos I've ever seen in my life just on Twitter.
You
Yeah,
can
see,
get anything
Dave
on
and
Twitter.
Chief
You
seem
get
like they
porn.
disagree with that.
I think that's like tailored to you and your search history, is it not?
Sometimes, but then if you click on one by accident, then you get a couple more.
Yeah, especially if you click on a news topic that might be breaking that involves shit like that,
Right.
they don't really filter it anymore.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I get that more on Instagram. I feel like than on.
Instagram is listening.
But I get like
Yeah.
the stuff.
Oh,
that,
you like
the-
hot girls? Here's 50 of them.
Yeah.
No, but like because since meeting Sydney Wells, I've been more into like the hunting Twitter.
Yep.
And then you'll be scrolling and you're like, holy fuck, I did not want to see that. Because there'll be like just disgusting like carnage of different animals that you didn't need to see.
Can we shift to a more
Yeah,
positive thing on the internet right now?
What's that?
Can you tell us the origin of the Daily Dozen, Jeff? How did it come to be?
That's actually a good question. And why is it only 9 questions and not,
I think
12?
9's a good amount.
9's a good amount, and that 12's too much. Attention span.
Yep. And
And
Yeah,
it's
we have a
3 and
very impressive like rate of how long someone stays on our site.
how long do you have tomorrow's already ready, or do you have Friday's already ready today? Or is it just
We tried to
24-hour
do that,
turnaround?
and we don't do that anymore. It got to be too much. Like I'd rather just pump it out at night. Maybe cater it. Like part of it is I like catering it to kind of like what's going on. Like for week 1 NFL Sunday, I did every question was related to football. Try to maybe get something that's relevant. But no, I mean the Immaculate Grids were so popular. I thought there needed to be like just a basic regular trivia one, and so we had a guy who made a website for Pardon My Take for their lottery ball machine, and the website looked unbelievable, like amazing, just like UI and like the way it looked.
Was
And
it
I-
Phil? Was his name Phil?
No.
Okay.
David, yeah. I messaged him, and I said, said like a great website, and we talked about kind of working together on something, and figured this was like, I was like, why don't we do like a game, like a trivia game? Thought about maybe like a movie type Immaculate Grid, which that people are doing that now, but wanted like something that kind of tied into the dozen more complete and full. So we did this. Figured a little bit of sports, a little bit of entertainment, got a mashup in there. It's the most popular for people either hating it or loving it. It's our most popular category we have by far.
If people were indifferent on it, that'd be the biggest issue.
Are
people
you
need to hate it.
Are you concerned that you're running out of mashups?
No, not at all.
I
For
think
what-
that'd be the easiest one.
No, I'm using old ones.
Okay.
Kind of doing like different ones that I wouldn't do on the show.
Well, that's what I mean.
The,
Like,
the
do you-
Daily Dozen is also easier than the regular dozen. I need to note that. For everyone listening, if you think that the Daily Dozen
It's far easier.
means that
far-
you would
yeah.
be good at the show, it does not mean that. at
No,
all.
these two buffoons can't get anything right.
Yeah, I mean
That's
you
not
had because
true.
you could kind of type
He's,
it in.
I want-
giving me
I
shit
mean,
because
part
I
of it
couldn't
is
think of
that-
Michael Beasley for a little bit today.
The big thing is the number. We average in the weekdays, we get over 100,000 throughout the weekdays. The problem is right now we're changing it. It says games played in the top left is games finished, really. So some days you'll see, if it's like a really hard day, you'll see like 70,000, 80,000 played. 20,000 plus people just ejected and stopped playing.
But will hitting the give up option still count as a finished game?
Our give up option could be a little larger. We've talked about it, but I don't want people to immediately give up. So if the give up option was like on the first one, you could hit give up. You can only give up after all 9 questions have been opened.
I like that.
So if we made it more off the bat, so I think we're changing that number's now going to be just if you started the game and played it.
Can I make a suggestion?
Go for it.
The double dip. Sometimes. I feel like the same thing as double dip, right? You have to answer all 9 boxes and then go back and double dip. I'd like to double dip immediately.
Yeah, that's the one.
Forget why
gripe.
we didn't allow it. There was a reason we didn't do that.
You'd like to double dip what?
Immediately. So, like if I get a question wrong and it's between 1 or 2, I don't want to have to, let's say it's the first box. And I have to answer all the other 8 before I go back and double dip. Sometimes I just want
I
to
forget what we talked about that. I forget there was a reason we did that, though.
I don't know.
I think like for like a new user, they may rip the first double dip without realizing something like that.
Okay. But if you're a seasoned vet like me.
Yeah, like a dozen player. Yeah. I like having people write guest games. You guys should write some games.
I was just about.
write a game.
I'll get you
Very easy
a
to
dozen
do.
questions. You can pick or choose in the next few days. How's
I
that?
wrote a question for Minahan, but he didn't use it.
What was the question?
That hurt.
Must have been
Well,
a
I'm going
shitty
to save it
question.
in case
Okay.
I, in case
You
I
can
write
write
them.
them. No, it's been cool. It's been good. People have used it. I hope it makes the company money. If it makes the company money, which I think it is so far, then that's just looks better for me.
You're a good interneter,
It's a
Jeff.
personal gain.
Forgive me if this is a dumb question, but it's not its own app at all yet, is it?
No, there is stuff we could have definitely done a lot of things already that people want. Like user logins are coming soon. You have our history. We're gonna have leaderboards. There's gonna be a timer option, so you can
Don't
start
like
to brag
that.
about finishing it quicker. And there's a lot of iterations ahead, but this sounds really stupid, but we launched this right around when I rewatched The Social Network, and something stuck with me about that
Fifth
of
time.
keeping it very simple and fresh, and not we could rush in user stuff, but when I launch user stuff, we want it to be perfect.
Yeah.
We rushed one feature early on with this thing, and it fucked it up and almost ruined the whole thing.
Were you going to
And I said
call
we
it
should not-
the
what
Daily
was it?
Dozen?
No, it was originally, it was, we changed the amount of answers you can give. We didn't think it through, and I didn't think it through. I rushed it, and I said, we can't do that again. We got to be way more simple.
Hold on, who's we on this too? Is
Just
you
me and David, the guy who
the
built it.
website?
Who
Okay,
was
cool.
tagged in, he was originally tagged in all of the tweets initially.
Oh,
when he
yeah.
would do it, yeah. So
It's
that's
like
how
Dev Tech or something, yeah.
He built it. He did it in like a fucking week.
Shout out
The whole. So the beauty of it is the whole database for it. That's how you know when you go into music. We scraped for weeks, and like the movie one is from our movie website, which hopefully is coming back soon. I went through every of the list of every chain restaurant possible, typed them into Excel, made sure it was like perfect. Went through every snack possible. So like we have multiple rows. We have this big sheet, and it's like beverages by brands, beverages by companies, beverages by products, and then it was a lot. It was hours and hours of that, and then he built it like that.
How
And
long
it was pretty
from
crazy.
your idea till going live?
It's like a month and a half. If
Okay.
that. Maybe even less.
Okay. Wow.
And most time was spent just scraping lists. Like
Yeah.
football stuff's easy. You just take it from like the sports reference sites.
But you're still manually putting that all in, right?
That one not as manual, but like the beverages and any snack thing I put in manually. I Googled. That's why there's every now and then there'll be something I forgot about, and I'll have to go back in and add it. And then so it's like this column will have like M&Ms, and this one the answer could be like peanut butter. It was a lot.
Here's a stupid question.
Maybe better for writing questions for the regular season, by the way, though.
Do you play?
Knowledge. I don't play because I write them.
Oh, duh.
I mean,
I do play. I go 9 for 9 every day. It's impressive.
Okay.
Some days I don't feel like typing the answer. I just give up right away. Yeah. But
I asked about the app question because I almost thought you were purposely doing it because like Wordle is not its own app, right? You have to go through.
I don't know
Is
if
there
it
a
will be an
reason
app.
they do that?
I don't know if we will be an app. I think if there is like a pie in the sky idea that this could be like a game that you can go like Eddie could play against Chief, and we have all these questions where it's like a random curation. You can play the dozen. But that's so far down the road where that would have to be an app. But for now, no, I think it works as is. I think we have the banner ads looked okay. Did they look intrusive, like the Stella Blue?
I haven't even noticed.
Don't
it.
even notice.
Like the commercial popped up. I thought that was great. Like
I noticed them the perfect amount, actually.
Wordle.
I was just about to amend saying that I also noticed them. The perfect
Wordle. Now you do have to in the CrossFit. You have to click out of the ad.
No,
We're
it's
not
so
gonna. We're
annoying.
not going to do a pre-roll ad. We
Good.
said I don't like. So I have ignored Justin Timberlake and Social Network. We did do ads pretty quickly.
What if it's just like a quick 5 seconds? White Sox, Dave, hungry, grab a Snickers. Like,
No, see, even that I don't want to do. Even that I don't want pre-roll. I think there might be a more intrusive pop-up at the end of a game. when the dozen starts, there's going to be a trailer for the dozen that pops up after, like, hey, go subscribe here and watch the show, because it's like obviously a big reason we did it. But like the Stella
And you're
Blue Ad
going to
with
also
Dan,
add Barstool Chicago's YouTube to that.
exactly. Yep.
Thank
it's
you.
like a double link. The Stella Blue Ad was like not intrusive. It was Dan and PFT in the ad, and
Yeah, it looked great.
yeah. So we were trying to make it where we don't want to lose the cool factor, like the simple. Like that's what it also looks great.
Also, you know what I bet is a
He did a
bitch
great
with that
job.
kind of stuff too is how Sporkle has mastered like multiple answers. Like for instance, today, spoiler if you haven't played, Barbara Streisand is the one in the middle, is in the mashup. She spells her name weird, you know. So like you gotta know that's
why we did the database, because I don't want people to not get something right because they can't spell it.
yes.
For the most part, you should be able to get it if you can find multiple spellings of it. That's why I suggested to you today.
Yeah, start with the last
I
name.
start with the last name typically, because the first name some people spell it weird. But that's why we did I want to be able to, like, basically when I input it, I go in, I select NFL, I type my answer, then I check the box of the database it's going to pull from, and it pulls from like football players, and I just type the guy's name in. And
I was actually wondering that. It was an AFC quarterback the other day, and Flacco wasn't autofilling, and that was my guess. And he hadn't, like, his rookie year was the next year. I forget.
if it's not autofilling, that is on purpose. And people have said, like, well, why? And it's like, if anything, it just makes it a little easier. But that's why we do it, because I don't want people to have to spell it. It would ruin the game.
Is there a main category you've been thinking of tampering with, but you're not sure about it yet?
What do you mean,
Like books?
Like do it like not using them anymore?
What about
No,
video?
introducing one. I mean,
introducing a
Books
new
was one today.
What
yeah.
about a video pop up, like for a music question?
Like at
what
Jeopardy?
music video?
Thought
Yeah.
about that too, but then I actually wanted to put the dinger and the buzzer in for right and
Oh.
wrong. But then David, the guy, he made a great point. He's like, how many people play at work? You don't
Yeah,
want that shit
Yeah,
going
no,
on
you
at
wouldn't
work.
want. I would
So
say.
so
yeah.
I would do that.
I would mute it. If
I
that
should
was an
do
option.
haven't done books. I should do I just had one in my head. Fuck.
I'd like one of those.
Video games I should probably do.
I got an
Yeah,
idea
now
for
and
you
then.
that I want to talk to you offline about. That could make us all millions.
Okay.
I'm not even kidding.
It's going to be illegal.
It's not.
Let's hear it
It's
now.
gonna already exist.
Well, it does pretty much exist. But what about opening it up to? You would have to amend it from what it is now currently. But like bars in Chicago, at least trivia night's huge, and like if you go back 8, 9, 10 years, what was our fucking main competitor? Barstool's main competitor.
Deadspin.
Not Deadspin, the other one.
Competitor, though.
Total frat move.
The
Bro Bible.
Bro Bible.
one of those.
None of them. They're all dead.
I remember Addison Russell said he loved it.
Oh,
The Chive.
The Chive, thank you. Like the Chive has
yeah.
you'll be at a bar and it'll have like Chive trivia questions.
yeah. Chive is like
That's so dead. I think I forgot it.
Chive
existed.
is like Chive TV is in like the back of caps.
Right. That's how far. But I'm saying like
Yeah.
a trivia thing for bars.
Or that, what's it called?
Yeah, no, we
Fucking
are.
Blinko
That's
or
something that
something?
I would like to do licensed stuff, but right now it's like the focus is on the website, just trying to keep it.
Yeah, don't go.
But
too
I
much.
do think like licensing it to bars for our trivia, like I know there's like the little man that goes around to his local bars and does trivia. I'd like to eliminate that guy. Sorry,
Danny,
hate
are
to
you
say it, but I'd like to have if all bars had licensed, that'd be great.
Sorry, Jeff. Eddie's about to sewer me.
Are you still a Chive TV guy?
I don't know if I ever was, but I will be.
How are you a Chive TV guy to begin with? It's like
Thank you, Jeff.
He knew what it was.
He'd be like when I'd like go over and we'd record all podcasts, he'd just pop it on. As
That's
like background.
fucking not true at all.
Chive TV.
I don't think I've ever been to the
I
website.
can't tell if I believe which one of you I believe.
Yeah, come on,
No.
Jeff.
I like Danny a lot, but I could still see you kind of being like
That's I might as well open my news feed and scroll. That's what Chive TV is, except it's on a TV.
No, that's not
It
true.
isn't like every I just when I think of Chive TV, I think about like 6th Street in Austin. I'm in a bar and I just see Chive TV on in the background.
But Jeff, when is the last time you played trivia outside of Barstool? Like, are you actually amazing at trivia?
I'd
he
be really
played
good
Dave.
at
He
stuff
played
in
up
our
Dave.
in our wheelhouse. Like in the stuff, like if it's trivia from the areas that I ask, I'd be very good at it. I did recently get asked by somebody in California. A friend of my girlfriend was like, "We should go do trivia." And I was like, "No." And like I feel kind of bad, but like I just don't I don't have any interest in going to play trivia. I think about it too much. I talk about it. I catch myself talking about it too much. Like, God, I fucking hate this. Like it's I don't want to play it. Like,
And also, you
recreationally.
just faced White Sox Dave in it. What?
And
I
you
did
won.
play Dave. I
Yeah.
did beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have not. By the way, I was not able to finish watching it. Cheah won the football thing, right?
He did.
on the scoreboard, I guess.
You did miss him on one pass. There was one pass I think you missed him otherwise.
Nope.
His first route. No, there was one in the end zone. But you did say he ran the wrong route.
Oh, so that one, and then he had
The first was
the out route.
The first he was a fish out of water. It was brutal.
And he drew it up on his own chest and then did something completely different. Like, where am I throwing?
Yeah, no,
this
that's
ball?
fair. Okay, so it was kind of
The one that you said I missed him wide open, I threw it before his break, and he broke later, so it was off. But
Stephen Cheah will be entering the studio to defend himself.
I'm actually a long time defender that I think this could be people clicking the off button on this show. I think Cheah, I said because of his height, the 10 NFL passes thing, I thought he could do it. I thought that debate got completely changed around because people brought in way too many variables that were never presented on the outset of that.
But you're saying, what is that argument again?
30 NFL passes.
You have to complete one downfield?
Just one 1-yard pass.
Yes. It
Anybody
has to be
in
past
this-
the line of scrimmage.
Anybody in this office could, I think.
30 is just far too high of a number.
What if it was 10?
I think it's
Probably not.
closer.
So here,
I think it's probably
not.
Here's where I feel like I couldn't do it is when we were at that Beer Olympics down with Compton and Taylor Lewan, and there was all these NFL guys. I felt like a 6-year-old. Like, I felt so small. And if you're telling me all these guys are that size and that, that fast, and it's like you have to like be looking, even just like seeing over a guy like Taylor Lewan as you're trying to like throw it over his head. Like, even that's going to be like a difficult challenge, like a wake-up call a little bit.
But you don't have to pass it beyond the line of scrimmage.
No, you do.
You do.
You don't.
Yeah.
That was the argument.
That's the argument.
A pass does not have to be beyond the line.
The argument
okay,
is
that's
big
ball
Kansas
has
But
City.
my issue with the debate was people be like, well, what about them? The second play, they change up their blitz pack. I go, no. There was never, in my eyes, this is you're in Madden or NCAA, and you're on the practice mode, where every time the play's over, it resets the same thing. Like, that's in my head, like 30. I'm not talking about, Dick LeBeau's not out there dialing up a defense against you. This is just like
They got me with that zone blitz. God damn it.
Right. It's a very standard play 30 times. That's the only time I've said that. But I even think like I could never. I think just because you're just tall enough to see over the line, I think you could do it out of 30 times, one time at least.
Yeah, I think the argument is, and also like people are thinking I'm throwing like 20-yard deep outs. Like, I'm gonna throw the shortest screen you've ever seen in your liff. It's gonna be a middle screen to the halfback. Maybe
That's exactly what I was talking about. It just has to
it's
fold
just-
it.
and like
I
I think
feel
might be
like a screen might be tough to execute because now you're like guys are coming at you. You have to loft it over them if it's a
Oh
middle
no,
screen.
it'd be in between guys.
You know what my strategy would be?
No.
I would take a 3-step drop. I would close my eyes and chuck it as far as I could and hope the receiver would beat him deep.
That's the other thing too. Is I said that too. I said if 30 times, Cheah could just eventually drop back and just try to toss it up to one guy, and eventually we'll come down with it. It doesn't matter. It was like he'd be picked up. Okay, if he picked off 29 times, he completes one. Who cares?
Right.
That was
30.
That's where I think people were.
30 is just far too big of a number.
People were just trying to dunk on Cheah. I was like, all right, this is kind of stupid. I mean, don't get me wrong. You would get annihilated. And they're like, he'd be hurt by play two. I'm like, again, that's not the debate is not that.
Right.
He's going to go into an NFL game. It's just like 30 standard attempts.
This should be like a fear factor challenge.
However,
like you have to play against a live
like Johnny Knoxville when he
NFL
went to USC. And he was like
Right. I
doing
remember
slants.
that.
It was in the movie. He was doing slants.
It's like Taylor Mays.
That's where, funny enough, like I think now if we start getting like skill position, like receiver and stuff, you'd be like no chance.
However,
no way.
I do think him being 6'2.5" is.
I think
a
the height
big
thing
part of-
matters more than people realize.
Huge,
Like
yeah. I don't think
I
if
could
you're-
never do it.
If
Not
you're
a
under
chance.
6 foot, I don't think you could do it. Even 30.
No.
I don't even know if 6'2.5" is enough.
No, I think even
Didn't-
Chase pushing
didn't
it.
you feel-
like I think I'd be sweating it out even on like attempt number 22, 23. But I think eventually the chances are like if you were betting either side and he's got one big receiver, if you told me he's going to toss it up 30 times, even just like like you said, drop back, throw it, I'd be like, yeah, probably more likely than not, guy's going to come down with it one time.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't even know. Like I'm 6'1". I don't think that I felt so small next to those guys.
Yeah.
That it like changed.
They also say that you're throwing and looking through the line and not over the line.
But I
Arguing semantics. I don't know that
Yeah.
you or I could.
yeah.
I'm,
But like,
obviously, I'm short. But
Right.
That's what you're supposed to do.
but it's like they're just I don't know. I had it like being around I felt like I was 14 again, where like everybody in high school grew and I was still small. Like that's how it felt at the Beer Olympics. So
They were big boys.
yeah.
Any comment post-challenge?
The White Sox Day
Yeah.
Challenge. It was a tough day for me. I obviously had some horrible stomach pains going on that day.
And I do
Pre-game
want
diarrhea
to
is
say
tough.
that I took that into account. And
Took it
didn't
easy on
put
you.
You showed up in cleats after it was after it was well documented. I did not want to do
First
this
of
today. I was
all-
on a train with none of my shit.
Eddie, what's in my trunk?
He's got catcher's equipment. He's got all
Bucket
kinds of
baseballs.
cleats.
Those, it's
Bucket,
not like
a bucket of
I
baseballs.
brought those. Those are just already with me. You never know what's going to come up.
He can
That's a
just
fact.
he
Kind
can
of respect
sports
that.
at any
It's always
time.
ready to go.
But like, I knew that. I mean, even if I would have looked out to wear cleats. You said you would have too.
Yeah, I would
And
have. I would have worn.
I would
like,
say,
a jersey and stuff like that.
Granted, I will be 35 next week, so it's getting most people in Chicago play summer softball and have cleats on them.
Okay. I was sore
Not
for
on them, but
into the
own
weekend.
cleats. Oh my god, I was so fucking sore.
Yeah,
My fucking hip flexors were on fire.
yeah, yeah. It was a different kind of
36,
37.
37.
Yeah,
I can't move like side to side, twitchy at all. It's all gone.
right. It was fun. I really enjoyed doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boys tossing the ball around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it kind of ended how it probably. I thought the line of 5 was too low. I said that it should be at least 6. I didn't think we should use the full field. We did that. So you were at.
We never really used the full field.
That's exactly what
Just like where you
I
line
was
up, whatever
envisioning.
side
though.
you
Like
line up.
I was expecting Stephen Cheah, NFL analyst, to be running razor sharp precision routes, and I wanted to get an actual quarterback out there.
No,
But that's crazy.
I thought it was.
Why is
as-
that
That's a
crazy.
crazy expectation
Why is that a crazy expectation? We didn't even
because
try.
he's 37 and he's never played football. He's not running like a pristine.
You can
big
run a
route.
post, of course.
That's what he did.
Yeah, but like in a shrunk down.
He
more
he ran it
compact-
from the slot or
He
the
thinks
tight
like
end
he thought it was
spot.
like Justin Jefferson was going to step out
Yeah.
there. And
Like you were running combine routes.
One thing that's always comical to
That
me,
is
though,
a combine route.
That's what I'm saying. That would be crazy to do that.
You did that anyways.
No, we ran those routes from the slot. You wanted to run them from the numbers. That's crazy.
Why is that crazy?
Because
The
we're
real
we're
challenge,
regular ass
folks.
dudes.
One-on-one,
Yeah,
We just had Bilal Muhammad kicking us.
yeah, but
Would it
we
have been
weren't
funny if
fighting
Danny
him.
was kicking us?
What?
I could have got a quarterback out there, is what I'm saying. You were like hell bent on throwing.
Yeah, because you said I couldn't throw a ball downfield to Cheah.
Nice pass, Chief.
Yeah, that was the one.
What were you saying, Eddie? What's so comical?
It is comical. It always makes me laugh when the people who are like, "Oh my, nobody won this. So I guess it's a bad look for all." It's like, dude, come on.
Yeah,
Like everyone watching,
guys in
cannot
their
be
30s
that
playing
good
ball.
of athletes, right? There's
Yeah.
just no way.
fucking Bosco.
People are-
Bosco's here tomorrow, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
He's here once a week, yeah, for like 5 hours.
we should play ball again with Bosco. He had a
I
great
would
time.
love to, yeah.
Oh, you know he was loving it.
Bosco's back pedal was the funniest thing I've ever seen. He was taking like crab steps back.
Yeah.
Like
Is that in the video? Can you go to that? I don't think I
He was
caught
at the
that.
end.
No,
The
it's not
camera-
there?
cameras might have been off.
He was crab walking?
He was crab walking.
The Bosco played DB, right?
Yeah, in college, yeah.
He was safety.
did he really?
Yeah, he was safety.
So something that didn't make the video is Eddie drove Bosco to the airport and me home. I live pretty close to the airport. 45-minute ride maybe to the airport.
Yeah.
Rico Bosco took no fewer than 8 phone calls
We
where
need
he's
to
just
get into this.
shouting into the phone.
Healthy debate.
And
Are you allowed
Eddie's
to
a
talk on the
great-
phone in the car?
Eddie's a great.
It was unreal. It wasn't like a, hey, like I'm in the car. Like it's like a, hey, I don't know if this thing is leaking right now.
The kitchen's a disaster.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I want-
going
unreal.
nuts.
Eddie's like who's the dude that used to do the fucking like John Gruden and shit, the comedian.
Frank Caliendo.
Frank Caliendo.
Caliendo.
And he's like that. Like not obviously that good, but he's fucking good. Do the biz. His biz is better than biz, I think.
Do an impression
do
of
the-
Biz
do-
going at Babcock.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. What happened with Babcock?
Oh, it's Babcock?
Yeah.
Listen, I'll always have the fucking players back. That's all it comes down to. That's all it boils down to, boys. I'm always going to have their fucking back, and that's it. It's not,
Oh, Babcock's trying to see their wrenches, right?
can't be seeing their wrenches. Fucking bought you dinner last night.
Bosco is. I love Rico. Rico's a fucking lunatic, and not that anyone doesn't know that at this point now, because like everything you see with Rico is completely real.
Do you know anything about his family?
What?
Do you know anything about his family?
His cousins.
Not gonna know. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I think we're cutting into because we had to start late. I think we're cutting into healthy debate.
I'll tell a very funny.
So
Rico.
let's have a healthy debate. Can you take personal phone calls in the car with other people? Healthy debate.
Healthy
If it's
debate
like
and
one
your
or
show on
two,
time.
like for
Eight
sure.
is
Especially if it has to do with like
And, like-
kids. This was excessive.
Yes, and me and Cheah were like trying to chop it up, and we looked at each other like 3 times. Like, hey,
Who
we're
was
just-
in back seat? Who was in front?
He
of
was
goes
in
in
the
the
back
back.
too, so it wasn't even like I was trying to talk back. We had a direct line like
like
this
this
right
far
here,
away from each
and
other.
we just looked at each other like 3 times. We're like, we're just not going to be able to talk this whole ride.
Yeah.
So last time I saw him was he in Boston? I forget. Did we see him at the award show?
Yeah, I mean, he had to be there, right?
Rico?
Yeah, he was, right?
Oh, yeah.
Why do I not? Oh, I did. Okay,
I don't
no,
remember
duh.
seeing him.
I had breakfast with him in the morning. Anyway, the previous before that, last time I saw him was after they won the dozen, and we're in the airport. We took the same flight home from Chicago, and we're at the gate, and he's holding the trophy. And he's trying to board, and he's zone 3, and I'm like, "Where are you going?" It's like, "I'm going to go board." I'm like, they're calling zone 1. Like, they're not gonna let you on. He's like, "Nah." He goes, "I do this all the time." He goes, "You go up there, you pretend that you didn't read it right." Yeah. I'm like, "Okay." So I watch him holding this trophy, walk up to the ticketing, like the counter to scan his ticket. Zone 1. And he's not even like 1 off. He's 2 off. And then I can't hear anything. I just see him go like this, look at the ticket. He's like, oh, like kind of makes a motion, and then he goes like this. He like throws his shoulders, and he turns back around, comes back over. He goes, "It didn't work. It didn't work." Yeah. He goes, "I do it all the time. It didn't work. It didn't work." I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah,
That's a ton of
I was
pressure.
gonna see if there's any way, but we should call healthy debate right now and ask him.
yeah.
Healthy debate. Is it how many? Is it okay to
I love
take
it.
phone calls?
I love it. Call him up.
What's the number? All right, you send me the number. All right.
Put it on. You guys.
First ever crossover.
Yeah.
This is unprecedented.
Good show, by the way. I've watched as many as I can. And by the way, now that I work from home, I watch every show here. It's ridiculous.
Really?
As much as I can. Yeah.
Thanks for calling. Hang on. Appreciate it. Like, I knew Montana as a kid. Didn't get to watch it. Jordan didn't appreciate it. I've now watched 2 straight goals in the NFL. That's entertaining. Healthy debate. The Dolphins have to win it this year.
After he got out of the car, Eddie just looks at me and goes, if he was going to do that, if I knew he was going to do that, I would have just had him take an Uber.
It was preposterous. Where the hell's Dukes and jet ski? We can't get through.
Text them. You want me to text Jexy?
There's like a bat line. There's like a separate line.
Of course,
Sounds
it
like it's
connects.
underwater too.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Healthy debate.
What's a healthy debate? Are you allowed to take phone calls when you're in a car with 2 other people? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or am I phrase? Can I phrase it?
Can you be on the phone?
Healthy debate. 8 phone calls is way too many phone calls in a 45-minute
Hello?
ride. They didn't even get your name or anything, so you're not going to get one yet.
No.
Are you in?
For now. Hey, what's up? Is this jet ski?
No, this is Dukes.
Hey, Dukes, this is Eddie. We're on the mid show. We're trying to talk to Rico.
All right, wait. I'll put you in next.
All right, thanks. It's up the highest it could go.
Should we talk in the meantime?
This is. So what do you guys want to talk about?
Put it in the cap. I don't want to win cheap. Before you're good, this one's a bad one. You don't want to win cheap. Go out there and bunt. Come on. You're better than that. He's better than that. Helping debate these sort of better than that. Bring it better on this show. Bring it to more on Chicago better. We got Eddie from Chicago calling in. Okay.
Hey, Eddie from the North Side. Healthy debate here. Is 8 phone calls too many phone calls to take when you're in a car with 2 other coworkers?
Healthy debate.
Healthy debate.
It seems like a personal shot. It seems like a true story. You want to do the thing I do where no names, but it rhymes with Jackie Taylor. Do you have a name? You got to say on goal.
I don't know.
I can't.
Rhymes with Smiko. Is that true?
Yeah, it rhymes with Smiko. Yeah.
Yeah, rhymes with Smiko. Yeah, guy named Smiko might have been having some
Smiko Moscow.
some kitchen problems, but I don't. You know names, you know.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, that's Big Cat jumped on me for this. I'm a old school phone call guy. If you're not on the phone, you don't hear anything on the phone, healthy debate call dudes. They're like, how was the day? Like, what's going on? Oh, yeah, you can touch base with your girlfriend. I'm solving problems that need to be solved on the phone. And trust me, healthy debate, I'd rather be anywhere in the world than answering those phone calls to kind of happen. Oh, Eddie, I'll see you tomorrow. But healthy debate, be a friend. Don't be a phone.
All
I
right.
could only make out like 50%.
Yeah, he's underwater, but still
We'll
pretty
hear
good.
it on the other end.
Yeah.
Oh, unreal.
Healthy debate.
That seems like a good way to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you, Chad.
My ruling, it's too many.
It was more like it was 4 minimum.
No, it was literally 8 minimum.
think it was
like
8?
I think it was more than 8.
You guys stood it, like, volunteered to
I'll
field
take
some of
one
those
if I
calls.
have to, and then if another one comes through a text, it's like, oh, fuck. And I almost would be like, no, you can't do it.
Someone better be dying if you're calling me.
45-minute ride. It was minimum 80% of the ride.
And it was all different people.
Yes.
Yes.
One of them was jet ski.
Yeah, one of them.
What a fucking legend. Oh.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. And he didn't even make it to Chili's on time when I dropped him off. So he was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have stayed."
Oh, he was complaining about that at the football
For the
field.
challenge,
It's like, did you go get there on time?
I had to get the free
not
trial
gonna
of
be able to
clear
eat.
to make it to Chili's on time.
Dude, you're like, all right, I'll get you there by 3:30. It's 3:29. We're pulling up to his gate. He's like, oh, I'm fucking late. It's like, you literally said you need to be here by 3:30. We're here on time at the worst. Like, no way I'm gonna make this flight. I don't know if TSA pre-check.
I don't know. Well, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks, guys.